Hey y'all, I promised my mom I would make her some tamales, so this is my shopping list for the store. I'm fixing to go to the store now, so I'll show you what I get. And I just realized that my pants are on backwards, but I'm not changing them. All right, we're at Ingles. Let's go. Okay, I did not mean to post that video already, but I had to go get a pork butt. This one should be more than enough for us. All right, next on our list is corn husks, and then I got some cumin seeds. All right, and here's the stuff you get for the tamales. This is the masa. Here is what the lard looks like. This will last me a while. Now, I could not find ancho chilies, so I'm going to do guajillo and these New Mexico chilies. All right, folks, that is it. We are leaving now. Ooh, I'm sweating like a pig. You know, when I went in there, I realized my shirt was on backwards too, but I had to fix that because I couldn't let that go. Anyway, so first step was buying all the stuff we needed for tamales, so stay tuned for part 2. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get our pork ready for our tamales. I'm going to go ahead and cook it in the crock pot because that is the easiest. Now, on the pork, this is just the flavoring for the pork. The other flavoring is going to come from the sauce with the chilies that I'm going to make. So let's go ahead. I do 1 packet of Sazon on per side. And then I'm going to sprinkle it with adobo. And then a good pinch of salt, pepper. I'm going to flip it over and do it on the other side too. I'm going to add 1 cup of water. I've already seasoned this side up. This was the second side. And then the lid is going on. It's going to go on low for 8 hours. All right, we'll see you later. All right, it's time to get our chilies ready to make our red chili sauce. Now, it turns out I had some ancho chilies left over, so I'm going to do 4, whatever was left in there, and a package of guajillos and a couple of New Mexicos. I'm going to cut... Actually, you know what? I'm going to steep them first, and then I'll cut them open and de-seed them. Right, so we've got the anchos in there. These are the guajillos. Oop. This sauce is going to get strained anyway. And then I'm just going to add 3 of these New Mexico chilies. I'm going to add just a little... Ooh, too much. A little bit of cumin seed. 1 bay leaf. I'm going to add half an onion. A few cloves of garlic. And then I'm going to add just enough water to cover... All right, I add just enough water to cover it all. This is going to go on the stove for about 30 minutes. And then the next part will be actually blending the sauce and adding it to our pork. Here's our pork, and I'm actually going to use the oil in here instead of actual lard. All right, I put all the peppers. I de-seeded them as best I could. I put the onion, the garlic, all in this. And I'm going to put just a little bit of the water from the peppers just to get it moving. So it's moving some. I'm going to add more liquid. And this is all liquid that I had from steeping the peppers. All right, that looks good. Now we're going to strain it. All right, we're going to go ahead and strain it now. I'm going to put a little bit to the side for the masa. But as soon as I'm done straining all this and getting this in here, I will add the meat to it. See what a smooth sauce you get once you strain it? See all the crap that's left in here? It's like the pepper peels. I don't know what the word is. All right, I'm going to save this much for the masa. Here is my meat. It is shredded inside the sauce. I'm going to let this cool. And then I have this lard for my masa tomorrow that I saved directly from the pork butt. All right, guys, it is time to make the masa for the tamales. I make mine in my mixer. Your abuela may not. You may not, and that's okay. That's why we're all different. I am adding 5 cups of masa to my bowl. I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm just going to give this a little mix. And then we get my lard ready. This is what lard looks like before you melt it. With the mixer on low, I'm going to start adding my lard. Now, I don't know exact measurements because I usually do it by the feel, so I will let y'all know. That was just 1 cup of lard. Now I'm going to add my pork lard and the juices. Now I'm going to add my chili sauce. It's going to turn it red. And I'm going to add some more broth. I'm going to use beef broth. You're going to need about 4 cups of liquid total. This is the consistency I like it. It should be spreadable, just like this. I'm going to let it... All right, guys, it's almost time to make the tamales. You're going to need a steamer pot like this. It is a larger pot that holds a steaming basket and has a lid to it. So what I do is I just fill up the actual steam pot and I get my corn husks, and you can usually find these at any store you go to. I'm just going to take some, and you need to submerge them and kind of make sure the water goes all through them. because you need to make them pliable again. So we're going to soak these for about 30 minutes to an hour. Then we will shake them out and drain this pot, and we will start to make our tamales. It is finally time to start making these tamales. I've got my steamer pot right here. I lay the tamales in here. When I'm done rolling them, I've got my meat, I've got my masa, and I've got my corn husks that I drained right here. And what I'm going to do with this corn husk is I'm going to wipe it, because you want to wipe the water off. Okay, you want to do it on the smooth. There's two sides to a corn husk. There's a rough side. There's a smooth side. You want to do it on the smooth side. Okay, so I'm just going to put it like this. I'm going to take some masa. And I like to use a spreader. I like to spread it relatively thin because I don't like a thick coating of masa with my tamales. So we go like that. Okay. And take some of this meat. More than that, of course. There we go. I'm going to take it. Going to wrap it just like that. You're going to take the end. You're going to fold it up. And you're going to put it in your pot, just like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack them all like this. So when that is done, you will be able to see. So here we go. It's easier if you like hold it this end and kind of do this with the masa, because you want to spread it in a layer. Just like this. Try to make sure there's no holes. You're going to want to have lots of paper towels, because you're going to have to wipe off your husks. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bust the rest of these out, and I will show you when I am done. My pot is filled up. I did them up and down there, and then I just laid these on top because I wanted to use up the rest of my masa. I'm going to put the lid on it here. And then what happens is this sits inside of here. You don't want the water to touch the tamales on the bottom. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to get, oops, I need to pour some of this water out. There's a little too. The tamales are on the pot now. When you see steam start coming up good at the top, then you cover them. The lid is on. I will do it for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I'll check and see if it needs more water. All right, the tamales are done. They just got done steaming. We're going to let them sit and cool for a minute before I show you the finished product. What I like to do to help them cool faster is I like to spread them all out on a paper towel, and they will cool better this way, or faster this way. There we go. Kind of try to spread them in a single layer, if you can. They are steaming hot right now. All right, they finally cooled enough for me to take one out. Look at this. So good. Make some tamales if you can. I'm going to finish this one. So this recipe yielded 2 huge Ziploc bags full of tamales. So I'm going to keep one and give one to my parents. So anyway, hope you enjoyed.